Alright, so we're back at it again. I haven't printed off that ship like I was thinking about doing. It's still on the printer, so I guess we're gonna record the whole process of printing it off and everything. It's gonna be really boring, but I figure I might as well record it, even if I don't put it on YouTube. Now, one thing that I have done in the meantime, I've been kind of on YouTube and on the workshop, and I've come across a couple of ships, such as this one here, the SI Ajax class scout corvette. This one here is a really small, large grid ship with a decent amount of artillery. It's got 2 static artilleries and 3 artillery turrets. It would be really cheap and pretty quick to print off. Pick that blueprint up. Figured I might could give that a try at some point. There was also 2 other ones. So I think they were both BA. Yeah. So there's the Barocco class heavy frigate, which has a ton of artillery. It's got 3 rail guns. I don't need the crew quarter for 8 people and 8 cryopods and all that, but it does have a lot of guns, rail guns already on it, rocket pods. I was looking at this when I seen it in a video, and thought it looked pretty cool. It might be a little bit big though. But then there's also this frigate here that I've seen, and it's a little bit smaller than the Barocco. But it's got a railgun, Gatling turrets, artillery turrets. 17 artillery turrets, by the way, which is kind of insane considering each one has 2 barrels. So you double that, that's how many actual artillery cannons are being launched. But it's pretty good, at least from what I've seen. It looks a little wide, it might not be able to print too well, but it is made for survival, so that's pretty nice. 3 hydrogen tanks, 4 reactors. I might not, utilize the reactors. But it's got a refinery, assembler, stuff like that. I might print this out, retrofit it, and then make a print of the retrofit to remove out the assembler, the refinery, the beds, and the reactors. and I'll probably replace the reactors with hydrogen engines and have it set up sort of like how the current Mercy is set up. But found a few blueprints. I did quite a bit of extensive searching to see if I could find anything that kind of fits what I want to have, but there's not really too much available. But so far that's what I found. I'll probably end up playing around with some of those ships and they're creative at some point. But for right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and watch this print. It should be pretty much like more or less the same as the first Mercy printing that I did. But I'm gonna just sit back and kind of watch this and try to see what exploded in the last episode. The reason that I had to reload my save at the end. I'm thinking that it would be a little more beneficial if I were to scrap the current Mercy rather than just kind of throwing her around until she breaks. But I'm not really sure on that, because I think it would just be more fun to fight around with that ship until it finally falls apart. Oh. Okay, well, I found what broke. And why that broke, I don't know. But at least now I know what it was, so... I'm thinking we're not gonna save that. So I'm gonna load back to the previous save before that happened. But now that I know what happened, I think it's safe to say that I probably need to increase the speed of the world wall, because I can't think of any other reason why it would blow itself up like that, unless it wasn't moving fast enough and built a block that was still clipping into the world wall. Fly, I guess, right here. Search for printer pistons. I'm going to control click that, and I'm going to make it move just a tiny bit faster. We'll do negative 0.03. And maybe, just maybe, it won't blow itself up this time. I feel like a lot of the printer settings is just trial and error, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. Because you can't have it move too fast or it'll miss all sorts of blocks. But apparently if you have it move too slow, it'll blow itself up. So I feel like part of the issue was it's building stuff while it's still moving everything. I do have this set as a static grid, yeah. Not that, but is the whole base itself actually a static grid though? Yeah. So the base is a static grid. All these subgrids are not static grids, however. So I wonder if that maybe has something to do with it. The issue though is if I go through and I make each of these static grids for the pistons here, if I make each one of these static, then I'd have to go and undo that when I go to try to move the station, which would be very inconvenient. And okay, for some reason it stopped printing. Let's do printer pistons. Let's turn these off real quick. What is this missing? Steel plates. Do I have enough steel plates? I do in fact have enough steel plates. So why is that not welding? Because that should be welding. Let's see here. Steel plate and then welder. Okay, so for some reason parts can't be pulled. Let's check all these. It all looks fine. Oh. Okay, so there was a section that got destroyed again. So that explains it. So I'm gonna have to reload yet again. Let's see, load game. Backups. So I guess we're gonna have to go back to this one again. So now I'm gonna change that 3 that the 1.5, I'll change that to a 5 instead of the 3 that I tried. We'll make it go a little bit quicker and see if maybe I can get past the section where it wants to kill itself. Because, to be quite honest, I don't know what exactly is causing it to want to kill itself. I can only assume that it's building a block that it shouldn't be building just yet. Can you use this one, I guess? Add control click and change that to a 5. Okay. Because if it's not what I think it is, then there's a deeper issue, and I might not be able to print this blueprint in the way that I want to. Let me really quickly just check and make sure all these blocks are finished. Well, this one here is already halfway broke. Well, I guess it was just not fully welded at least. Enter, it's fine. Huh. Okay, so maybe that was part of it. One of the blocks just wasn't fully fully welded. Wasn't too long after this when it blew itself up, so let's watch and see. Like I said, I can only assume that it's trying to build a block that it can't. Yeah, there it goes again. So that's when it makes this door. Nope, and it's doing it again. So yeah, it's the doors. For some reason, when it tries to print the doors off, it kills itself. So we'll go back yet again, and we'll print even faster. Let's load game. Go here to the backups. We'll go back to the save. I'm realizing I don't have to go all the way to the pistons to use their control panels. I can go to either the control panel or the port on the printer wall itself and access that same menu through there. Save me a little bit of travel time. Yeah. Got these control panels right here that I can use. Printer pistons. And we're going to jump up from 5 to, I don't know, let's say 8. See what that's like. The good thing is, the faster that I set these pistons to move, the sooner I'll be able to tell if it's going to kill itself on the ship or not. So yeah, it's like right after it finishes with this row, or before it actually finishes with this row, and it prints that door, that's when it dies. It's jiggling and it dies. Okay. So let's see here. Right. So we have share a nice snare on all of it. Safety detach. Not sure how to fix that actually. I mean, I can make it go faster. If I keep having this issue, I might need to go back to before I started printing this ship and just try a different ship. And another thing that I could try, instead of moving all the pistons together, I could try having them cascade, just move one at a time. So print, let's set this velocity to be, I guess I can just go ahead and do 1 right there. See how that goes. It's moving a little quicker now. And then right about here is where we start to get the wobbles. And the wobbles lead to death. And it's consistently in the same area here. And unfortunately, once one of these breaks, it breaks the whole rest of the row. Ow. Okay. Oh, that's fine. See if you need some for quitting. Nope. So we'll make it go faster. Load game. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't get to click cancel in time. Wonderful. Okay. Let's see here. Print. Click. And we'll try 2. So now we're doubling the speed again. Doesn't even have time to finish off the turret. Which I guess that's not too big of an issue because I was going to rip those off anyway. But it still wobbles and breaks. Okay. So I'm not sure what's causing that. And it's kinda, I'm not gonna lie here, it's kinda pissing me the fuck off. So let's go back to before I put that ship on the print. Which thinking 33, 35, yeah, start it there. So this one maybe? I know the one before it was definitely good, but if I already have the sort of like wall that I built to connect the blueprint to the base, then I would prefer to go ahead and keep that, just so that way when I throw a new blueprint up there, I can just adjust the positioning of that blueprint to line up with the wall, and I already have that, and then I can just press go and see how that one goes. If this is a consistent issue, I may need to look into some more of the settings. Possibly I could change some of the pistons to be static grids, but I don't know how well that would work realistically. So let's see, I didn't turn anything on. Okay. So yeah, that's just about perfect. Ooh, bounced off. Stick it at me. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Damn, that scared me. I ain't gonna lie, the sudden jump from seeing the blueprint to seeing the base, the white flash scared the shit out of me, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go over here. And I think it was 9. Oh, I turned those off. There we go. So yeah, retract that. And we want to go here to print small grid. No, where's my large grid printer? Do I have it hidden? Large grid print head. Show block and terminal. On. Jesus. Okay. Print. Alright. blueprints. Let's try a different one. The Ajax, I could try that. I think, which ones did this have? It only had the artillery. Yeah. So, I mean, that's not going to be too bad. It would definitely have the range. The reactors would have to go... yeah, I think I could do that one. Let's see. How big is this? Okay, yeah, that's a tiny ship. It's got all artillery, which is a 2,000 meter range. These here should be really quick to make. I just need to figure out where can I actually start printing it from. Actually, yeah, let me get out of the flight suit here. Let's take a look at this. So, I don't want to print it from the middle. I would prefer to go from either one end or the other. That looks like it's going to be difficult to do on this end. What about this one? What do we got over here? Yeah, I could print it from the front. So I'm thinking flip this around and line it up with this, which I can do that. Kind of make way for the barrels that will be sticking out. And I can just touch it to the bottom of that block there. I should be able to print this one fairly quickly. The reactors, like I said, those would have to go because I don't have a ton of reactor components. Also, I don't want to spend uranium on this. So, another issue. This is all hydrogen. And I won't be building it on a connector. It has O2 generators, so I could just move ice over. And I guess that would work, just to get a little bit of hydrogen to be able to fly it to an open dock. Which, luckily, we have a dock right on the bottom. I don't know, it should be low enough down to where I should be able to dock it up on the platform here. So what I need to do, flip the blueprint around and touch the nose over here. Which I should be able to do from here. Well, I don't have a key menu on here, I don't think. Can I do? Okay, but I can remote in. Okay. So actually, that's even better. So I can fly out here, empty my hotbar. Good angle will be right here. And remote in, and we want print head. And we want to pitch like that. That's actually pretty close already, so I just need to move it to the left a little bit, or I mean to the right by one block, and back by like 2 blocks. And I should be able to print it up all the way. So we'll go okay. Excuse me, do I need to be closer? Yeah, okay, so I guess I'm right outside the range for my antenna. Anyway, print. If I could spell. And we want the horizontal offset to be 2. Forward offset to be right there. Yes, that's pretty much perfect. Okay. So now, what needs to happen is, I guess I could do that from over here so I can actually kind of watch the thing through the menu. Home station. Printer pistons. Reverse. Okay. I extend it all the way. Set the speed to be 0.0. Was it 001 or yeah 001? No, we'll do 5. Hit OK on that. Now we want to do build wall. And actually, before I do that, come to right about here. I'll make a hard save. No. Okay. Look back over here. Build wall. Turn that on. And do printer pistons and reverse. That's moving a whole lot slower than I was anticipating, so I know that's incorrect. So, printer pistons, control click, and we put that at, okay. Unfortunately, it seems there are some missed blocks, which kind of sucks. Hopefully I can get, like the printer will get most of these, and then I won't have too much to do manually. Certainly seems that way. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2. And I grab that? I don't know. It's G menu. Nope, that was J. Hit that. An antenna. Is there an antenna with this? I don't think so. Did it? No, that's a glass door. I don't see any antenna, so why do I have an antenna? Just clear everything up and read. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And I guess I can't grab the camera yet because it's not got a solid thing behind it. Manually do these. And these. Components for that. Camera fixed. Okay. See, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, where the ship's so small, I wanted the skill up, I can actually do 2 stacked on top of each other. And then probably 2 more behind that, so I could probably print all 4 of these at a time. I would need 3 more projectors, but that would definitely be doable. I could even rip some internals out. Oh, speaking of, and internal not finished. Can't grab everything for it, but I got most of it, I think. Okay, not most of it. I got way less than I thought. But I could almost certainly make room for an AI move and AI offensive block, or maybe even like a task block. Well, actually, I guess I would need both the task, offensive, and move blocks. But I could get this set up as a, like print these off as drones and kind of have them sort of just fly around the base. Okay, so it seems front to back isn't the best way to print it, I guess. So that one, so that one, and so that one. I don't think I grabbed the mag block.
Energy low.
Yeah, I didn't get all of the parts of the mag block. Luckily so far it seems to be all really easy to build parts that are getting missed. I don't feel like going through the airlock, so I'll just sit inside Maggie for a second. It's missing quite a few blocks, actually. So what is that? That's 3 of these on each side. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Luckily it's just tiny amounts of steel plate. So those I can do in one trip. I may actually want to rethink my printer design if I'm going to be going ahead with mass producing this particular ship. I think it said the cockpit's right, yeah, that's right there behind the, or just in front of the front thrusters. So it's a sort of a similar cockpit design as my miner, except this is on the front instead of at the rear, but it's accessible through the bottom. And that top piston part. What is that for? Is it just a design, or was there supposed to be something connected to that? I'm not really sure. Didn't say there was any subgrids on this. So guess I'll build that up anyway. So I don't know what it's actually for, but I'm assuming it's just for looks rather than anything else. And there's another one up on the top. Yeah, so that's gotta be just for looks. And I'm going to make the assumption that there's a plate missing from these two sections on purpose to make this O2 generator accessible. But that's it. And print's done. So, that's good. Come over here, do weld that off, and that can just continue on back on its own, that doesn't matter. Let's see if there's anything else missing off this. Let's look for printer head. See, there are 2 gyroscopes that are not. Yeah, I see them. Damn it. It definitely feels like this ship was designed to be printed from the back to the front. But I'm not sure how to go about connecting it. I mean, unless I just build a wall kind of across the rear thruster pack, but I think those are half blocks, aren't they? Yeah, they are. So how do I go maybe on the corners here? Maybe I could build a block up to this and print it from the back like that? I'm not sure. But either way, I have one of these now, which means I can at least take it out for a spin, test it against something. And if it performs well, I can produce them en masse. Definitely light as far as like resources go. Alright. So all of those are good now. Stupid print. Large printer head. It's complete. Okay. So grind it off. Hop in. Let's go here to the game menu. So we got 2 batteries, the hydrogen thrusters. In fact, let's go ahead and just search battery. Oh, okay, battery's right there. Toggle the block off. Okay. RD turrets, 800 meters. Enable target locking. Okay. Then these 2 are manually aimed. The hydrogen tank is, yep, empty. That's your reactors, we'll turn those off. Let's see, what's the default loadout here? So we got 9, I can presume. Yep. And then 8 is for that. No ammo, and what is this one? 30 turrets. I have no idea what that's set to. Oh, shoot. Wait, shoot once. And 4 is nothing. Okay. Alright. Well. Over here, where's my ice tank? That would be this one. I don't have any ice, I guess. No ice. Which means I've burnt through a lot of hydrogen then. So before I can get this ship moving, I'm going to need to take this ship out to that massive ice asteroid I have right next to my base conveniently. And before I forget, boom, delete all waypoints, turn on the timer block so it will be capable of auto-docking. And we'll just have Doug here go and nab me a full load of ice. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Not in the slightest. No, thank you. Yeah, I definitely need to put lights on my mining ship. I really need to put lights on there. That way I'll be able to tell when I'm actually getting close to something. Jesus. Okay. So my ship hasn't died. Oh, okay. Let me double check, make sure everything was good beforehand. Yeah, it was. I just smacked into it way too fast. So now I know that I need to not do that. And I think right here is good enough to turn that on. And then I can kind of cruise in a little. Yeah, that should be good. Don't think it'll kill itself. Well, I guess I killed it, but... Anyway, yeah, that should... And actually, I should be able to... Yeah, I can snag some ice right out of the large container, so I can fill up my personal inventory with a little bit of ice, and then I can take that over to the new ship, drop it into O2 gens, turn the batteries on. Then I should be able to fly the ship over to the dock. And you know what? I'm gonna drop a save before Doug attempts to back out and auto dock, just in case something horrible goes wrong. And Doug's not stopping. Why is that? Let's do EC. Full cargo. Oh, Protec drill is at 81, so my Protec drill's not full. Don't know how that is. Prototech. Okay, I guess it's not full. Okay. Fixed it. And that barely put a dent in the entirety of this asteroid. So I should have hydrogen fuel and oxygen for a substantial amount of time with this asteroid. Everything seems to be set correctly. So we'll just let the ship do its thing. Just watching over it, make sure it doesn't make any horrible, horrible fuck-ups. For some reason it's going really low. I have no idea what it's doing. So I'm fairly certain I had my waypoint currently to the right side of the ship, way out in front of the grind pit. So I don't know why it's wanting to maneuver in this way. It's certainly not direct. I might just need to turn collision off altogether. That would be really bad for coming in from certain angles, but probably be the most efficient way though. Now I think it's going to want to go forward probably. Yeah. I really hope with Space Engineers 2 that like all the AI blocks and stuff like that is going to be way more efficient. Please, for the love of God, like add like a decent quality like actual AI to the engine to, you know, do the calculations for how to bring a ship in the most efficient way. That's one thing I would really love to see is like a AI flight pathing done with proper AI to where like it'll take advantage of, you know, zero friction and being able to thrust at a consistent speed without having to burn fuel. Didn't go up enough. And I'll take this ice over here, which I still have my projector on. Throw that in there. Oops, didn't mean to smack that. Come over here and I'll do the control. Block off. Now, should be able to come in here, put up the key menu, turn the batteries on. I should be getting a small amount of hydrogen. My gyro's off. No. Oh, I know what it is. Info, convert to ship. Ooh. This is a very, very maneuverable ship. And braking thrust is extremely terrible. Holy crap. It's going to be more efficient for me to just turn around. Okay. I'm definitely going to want a AI block to take over controls of that. Or actually, idea. Come over here. Large hydrogen thruster, main thruster. Okay, toggle block on off. Off. Much better. And wait, do I have enough room to do that? Yeah, barely. Okay. That'll work. So I want to dock it this way around so that way the number doesn't get in the way of the mag plate, making it maybe possibly too high to dock up. Oh, go back, go back, go back. Oh, I'm out of hydrogen already. Jesus. Okay. Give me more ice. Dump the ice. There we go. So, that little bit of ice was not a lot of fuel. Okay. Take this way. Over a little bit. Continue back. Try to tilt up and come down. Yeah, that works. Lock. And then fill the hydrogen tank. So what do we have on these other menus here? So we got 3. And what do we have here? We got all thrusters and large thruster. Okay, so I already had one for the large thruster. We got gyros, increase, decrease power, artillery turrets on and off, H2 gens on and off, reactor on and off, and batteries recharging auto. So, charge. Guess I can leave my H2O2 gens on just for extra hydrogen production. Artillery turrets, all that can stay on. Alright, let's see, is there anywhere where I can start adding blocks that I want? Probably take those reactors out. There's one on each side, yeah. So I can take out the reactors and I can put a couple of blocks in there. So I guess the question is, would I prefer to have automatic docking? Or would I prefer to have combat AI? Thinking what will probably be the most useful would be the auto docking, just because it's super delicate on the controls. Now, one of my main concerns with this current design pattern here, though, is if some of these shots that would be coming towards this turret misses and hits the hydrogen tank directly behind it, that would be one big explosion that would rip the ship in half. So it's probably a pretty large design flaw. I'm feeling like the combat AI would be a bad idea because it would have a tendency to either sit still too much or move too close. So yeah, I'm thinking manual control and get rid of these reactors.
Inventory full.
Yep. Just dump all that in there. So I'm gonna do auto docking, which luckily only takes 2 blocks. Get rid of that. Oh. That was probably a very important connection though, wasn't it? Well, for this it was. I think. Or, no. Actually, it should line up with probably a connector in there, right? There, another. Yeah, I don't know how all these are connected up, but I would imagine it's probably a solid connection. I mean, it seems to be using the ISIS in there, and it wouldn't be able to do that if there wasn't a good connection, so maybe that'll be okay.
Inventory full.
I'm just going to assume that it'll be okay to remove these. And if not, worst case scenario, I can attempt to add them back. Or replace them with another block. Right now I want a AI flight move and a recorder task. Shift click, shift click. Yep, there we go. Got all the blocks we need. This one here, so that's the front, and left, which is correct, okay. Let's plop that in there. Try to sneak my way in. Repair that. And I want to do the same over here, but with the move block. Front, right, okay. And sneak my way in to fix that. Okay. Let's check, are these actually still... Yeah. Yeah, this one here should be the one that I just accessed through, and just by the fact that it's actually burning that ice, that tells me that it should be all connected up. So now, what needs to happen is to remove the button for the reactors. Move that, because I don't know what that control is for. This is just to shoot the arty turrets, so I don't want that. Yeah, the manual artillery can stay on here. That, I already have a control for it, so I guess that can go. Keep those on here. And let's do page 2. You know what? I don't need the gyro controls. So on page 3, was just all the thrusters on and off, and the main thruster on and off. So I guess I can move those, and we'll condense it all down to one hotbar here. So we got fill. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. Because now I don't remember which blocks are which. It should be fine though. We will do K-menu, search for AI, take that off. I don't know what I want to call this ship. But I guess that can be done later. So it's just AI recorder task. There's the block I need. So G, AI, recorder task. I want to add waypoint. We want to do a waypoint right here to unlock. Switch that to auto. Is my mag plate connected? G. Mag plate. Switch lock. No, okay, it's not connected. So there's all my thrusters off now. Thrusters. Save. Wait. What happened to these? Why are these disconnected now? Excuse me. Battery. Oh. Oops. Wrong thing. Batteries on auto. Okay. So now let's go here. Task. Do I have one waypoint? I do have one waypoint. I need to go to the connector and turn that off. Come up a little bit. I need to do another waypoint. Come up just a little bit more. Do another waypoint. And then this will come up to about here. Do yet another waypoint. So that way I just have a few coming down, so I should slow it down a good bit. And which way do I want to come in from? Probably come in from the back, right? So I just go this way a bit. Oh. I just realized something. Order task. I didn't select a reference beacon when I set these, so I probably need to delete those. And what we'll do is we'll just do it in reverse order. Or, well, I guess the proper order, actually. So waypoint here. We'll come in. I'll try to get this lined up in the first go, so I guess right about there. Waypoint. Come down to about here. Do a waypoint. come down a little bit more forward, not quite too much. There we go. Over just a little bit this ways. Yeah. Another waypoint. Come down. As far down as I can go. To my last waypoint. And move that so I don't mess that up. See, on waypoint 5, set up action, block, and thrusters. Do I want to turn the thrusters off? Yeah, toggle block off. Stockpile. Toggle that off. Batteries. Recharge. Mag plate. I guess I don't need to lock that actually. Turn plate off and behavior off. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do quite the full suite of automation that I would want to do normally, just due to lack of room for the event controllers I'd need. There we go, so let's block on. Now, I think I need both of these. Behavior on off and play on off. Okay. So let's give this a try. Save, save. And 3 and 4. Okay. And then check for damage. Doesn't seem there's any, so that's good. Okay. So there we go. Now we've successfully printed and I guess you could say retrofitted. I mean, all we did was remove reactors and add auto docking, but no, we'll call that a retrofit. Would be able to add more batteries or something and swap these out for railguns, maybe? I don't think I really need railguns per se, but probably could do that. Let's check. There's cargo on this, I believe, right? Cargo, yeah, small cargos. Okay. Then come over here and we want to search for... we can just do shell. And salt cannon shell, artillery shell. I'm gonna steal those artillery shells. That's coming out of Mercy. So I'll have to remember that Mercy will not have any ammo in the artillery cannons. But there we go. And what I'm thinking now is I probably want to lock the mag plate, unlock my cargo, so that way I can do this here, and we want to those should be fine there, I guess. But I want to move these around. So I want the connector to be over here, and I want to switch lock. I want my mag plate to be here, and I want to switch lock. I need to turn the batteries to auto, turn the gyros on and off. I'm not going to have room for all that, so put that to the next page, I guess. So that, that. And what we want is batteries. To recharge on off. Gyros, block on off. Energy in tanks. Stockpile on off. H2 gens, cargo block on off. No, actually. Thrusters, cargo block on off. H2 gens over here, cargo block on off. The large main thruster can go on page 1. Put that on 6, toggle block on off. So I think these here are the main things that I need to turn, like swap, so I can do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I should be able to tab back over to my main page here and fly like normal after being docked. So I can lock that, unlock that, and we should be good with this ship. Before it slips my mind again, I want to do spotlight of some kind. Not a spotlight then, because those aren't very small. Light. What do we got here? Rear lights. Set. Floodlight might work. Oh, that's not for large grid though, I think. Yeah. Okay. I'd really like to have a spotlight, but I don't think I can. So I'm guessing I'll just grab an interior light. And I can do some light. No. I can do a corner light. If I can get my rotate correctly. I can do that right there. And then mirror that on the bottom, I guess. Hopefully that won't get knocked off. Nothing too. One on top. One on the bottom. Just like that. Open, search, light. These two. Radius, fall off, intensity. And Sherlock terminal off. So now I just have an insane amount of light on my mining ship now. Which actually kind of looks good. It kind of lights up Mercy a little bit from the bottom there. That nice golden color. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's a little bright on the side of the base though, so I might need to change the color of the base. I guess the question is, do I want to change the color scheme of this to be solid gold, just like Mercy? I think the answer to that is not right now. One thing that I do want to do for anything else, unlock 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll fly up here and before I forget, we'll do Control B and rename this to be, I forgot what the name of this ship was to start with. Say Mini Mercy Retrofit AI Dock. And then that, I guess, FNF10 Mini Mercy Retrofit Dock, take screenshot. Okay. So I'm done with that now. Here and hit 3 and 4. There we go. Alright. That was great success. Now I'm realizing I had my signals off this entire time, so I don't know if there was any nearby pirate signals. So I guess I'll have to wait and see if any pop up, because I really want to attack something right now. And basically immediately take Mini Mercy out on a little bit of a combat trip if possible. If nothing pops up though, guess I'll do another ice run real fast, test out these lights, make sure that they actually do what I want them to, light up enough. PCCG, dump any ice remaining, undock, down. Still not seeing any pirate signals. One issue with Mini Mercy, there is no jump drive, so I'm not going to be able to, you know, jump her around. Okay, yeah, this light does exactly what I wanted it to do, which is be a very good warning for when I start getting close to something. Perfect. And need to clear this out. Start learning. Hopefully these lights don't get knocked off immediately. I'm not sure exactly how much clearance I really have between the top of the drill, or the Portatech drill, and the tops and bottom of the ship. I'm assuming that there's going to be enough room for lights if they're like super close up to the body of the ship. That definitely seems to be the case. And holy crap, those lights do a really good job of lighting up that tunnel. So I think this is going to want to try to fill up all of the other drills before it does the Prototype drill. Yeah, it's definitely trying to fill up all the other drills. But I can just go ahead and dump ice in there. And please don't spec. Holy fuck. Damn it. Okay. Luckily it's only one thruster, I can fix that. I'm assuming it's just a one. Okay, so battery's a little fucked. These thrusters are fucked. Yep. Okay, so it's more than just the one thruster. Fucking wonderful. That battery in there too. I'm stuck. There we go. Use this. Well, on the side. Side's good. Core detector's good. So the batteries need a little repairing. 2 sets of batteries. Probably that gyro in there too. It's such a pain to get to. Okay, so we're just gonna hope that the gyro doesn't need to be repaired. But I can do these batteries. That one, this one, and that one. As well as 2, 3, 4 of these thrusters. That thruster. And everything else is fine. Yeah? Okay. Alright. I'm just gonna pray that, it can dock on its own here. And in the meantime, I'm gonna grab components and attempt to repair whilst it backs up. Control. Oh, I don't know what's blocking my inventory. It's probably a bunch of scrap metal. There we go. It's so annoying trying to grab stuff from this container when my character is moving backwards because the whole mining ship is still moving backwards. I swear this game is so frustrating but so fun at the same time. So it should be everything aside from that gyro I can't get to. If I let's try to fly in this way. Can I get in there? No. Yeah, can't get in between that space like I want to try to reach it through the gap. And I was just switching between the battery and the ore detector, so we're just going to pretend that that gyro is 100% health and hope that that's actually the case. Dump. So it should have tons and tons and tons of ice. This one's gonna suck. Okay, so I'm already dampened to it, so let's just... crap. Yep. Okay. Wasn't as bad as I was thinking it was gonna be. Those... Care less than the rest of that. And... well, that's all about from there. Screw the rest of it. I don't care. Other stuff. Credits. And I'm gonna get this ship. Good old spin. Just kind of cruise around a little bit and see what it can do. Oh, actually. Control 1. I'm gonna dock up and I'm gonna load. So, one of these cargo containers with ice. Just a little bit of it. Just that way I can make fuel as long as my battery doesn't die. And I'm going to pick a random direction. Probably this way. For no particular reason other than it's away from the planet and the moon. And turn my dampeners off. And there we go. Go over here. I can actually just turn my thrusters off, turn my dampeners on. This ship is actually really cool looking, I'm not gonna lie. I like the use of the armor plates to make the overhang on the thrusters. And I'm just gonna hope that off in this direction there's gonna be some pirate signals or something. Well, actually, I think as long as the dampeners are off, it shouldn't matter if these are on or not, because I don't think they should be burning any fuel. No, okay, current usage, yeah. So no, just having them on does utilize fuel, so we're not gonna do that. Because I don't know how long I'm gonna be drifting this way. Do you want to add artillery turrets? Because those use power. So I can do that. I can do that. I can do that. And actually I can just, I guess, turn everything off the drift. So that way I'm not using any fuel, no hydrogen, and I can pretty much drift indefinitely. Oh wait, does this have an oxygen? No, it doesn't have an oxygen tank. So eventually I'm going to run out of O2. That's going to be the limiting factor of this vessel. And this doesn't have a survival kit, does it? No. No survival kit. So if I die while flying out in this ship, I'll be spawned back to base. So there's another downside. Okay. So maybe this isn't quite as good of a vessel as I was initially thinking. There was a little bit of oversight there. This would still be a good, like, support vessel, I guess, or something. Base defense. I don't know. Something cool to fly with, maybe. I haven't seen any pirate signals, so... Yeah, I'm just gonna say there's probably not anything actually out this way. Oh, never mind. There was a pirate signal somewhere over here. Wonderful. I'll wait until I see that beacon again. Point to it, make a save, and then fly over there and fight. See what this thing can do. How many hits it can take. Assuming it's an armored beacon, like an actual combat vessel. I find instead of just a wreckage. Some mayday signal of some sort right there. So we're gonna make a save. We're gonna go over there. Yeah, everything except my gun's turned off. Although the guns aren't actually going to do anything because there is no power, so. But yeah, we'll just dead drift over there. And actually, I don't think this thing even has a beacon on it. Is it a beacon or an antenna? No. No, it does not. So if I lose this, then it's lost. Oh, actually, this does have oxygen. It's got an O2 generator and ice, so. Can't actually tell what that is. Looks like some sort of brick. I'm assuming it's a wrecked ship of some sort. Still don't see it on the radar. Are those turrets hooked up all the way around it? Or... I definitely see it on the radar now. This thing's definitely got the maneuverability, that's for sure. I don't think there's anything too great here, but free is free. Anything I can quick hack. I guess this will work.
Inventory full.
It's got a control panel on it, so claim this. And I still have a decent amount of artillery shells, so... You know, all in all, this isn't too bad, actually. I don't think we got hit with anything. So, yeah, I like this. I like it. It'll serve me well enough to fly out to snag small little wrecks and bring them back. The large hydrogen thruster here on the back's definitely good for that. So, yeah, I'm happy with it, I guess. I can go ahead and turn all that off to save on power. I don't really care for the unknown signal too much. Now, one thing that I haven't done in quite a while is actually go to the cosmetics menu on the main screen and turn all my duplicate items into tokens and then re-roll them. So I'll probably do that before I hop off for today. Or well, I say for today, I'll probably be back on the same day, just in a few hours or so. I work night shift, so my days are nights for me. There's definitely a good few signals out here, actually. Just have to kind of fly a little ways out, I guess, to get them to start popping in. Although, actually, I think they might be on a time basis, and I'm not sure, like, how they actually work as far as spawning in and everything. There's probably a lot smarter people who actually figured all that out. I just need to take the time and effort to go and find the information. But yeah, it should be all right. I'll use this ship here to bring this to the grind pit, turn it static, and grind it up. And the good thing about this one is there are no turrets, so hopefully my grinder like wall won't get caught up on blocks, though there is no guarantee of that. What I could do is make it an enclosed system where there's like add a fourth wall to it, and then do like an opening, sort of like maybe a blast door, like a lid to the grind pit, so I can throw stuff in there, and instead of making it a static grid, just toss it in there, turn it on, and have the grinders get really close to the ceiling to where the hitbox for the grinder is like right next to the lid, but where it's not actually overlapping to where the grinders will grind the lid off. And then that way there's such a little gap that no blocks would be able to like just be free floating in there to kind of guarantee a full grind. And that shouldn't be too difficult to set up. It'd be a good bit of trial and error for the distances for the lid. I'm thinking a dual rotor hinge system probably would do well for the lid. The only thing that I can foresee being in the way is the connectors that I have across the bottom. But that should be easy enough to deal with, just by grinding those connectors off and moving them to the bottom of the grind plate, or grind wall, or whatever you want to call it. The wall of grinders. But yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult to do, and can only foresee minimal issue. And at the very least, then it wouldn't get caught up on like tiny little static grid blocks that fall in between the grinders and the conveyors. Alternatively, I could replace like 90% of the conveyors with grinders to try to prevent that. Anyway, I'm getting kind of close to the base, so turn all that on, start lining up a little bit better here. And I'll make another save right here, just in case the guns on Mercy are still turned on, and it tries to destroy the salvage I'm bringing back. I know that's something that definitely can happen, and I would like to avoid that, if possible. So if it does happen, I will reload my save and prevent that. Because unfortunately I don't remember what settings I had on the guns for Mercy. Luckily I haven't locked onto this grid, so it shouldn't even start firing if it is capable of locking on until I get to 800 meters. Which is right now. I haven't been shot yet, so fingers crossed. 400 meters. 300 meters. Okay, it looks like I might be safe. Now, is this going to fit? Not that way. Is it going to fit this way? Unlikely. I might need to use Maggie to slim this chunk down. What is this? Where did that come from? I don't know what that came from, and I'm just going to pray that it was nothing important that blew up. So I'll find out sometime in the future. Or maybe not. Let's see, if I grind off the antenna and the yellow armor blocks, the rest of it should fit into the pit. Let's see. Are these grinders wide enough? No, they are not. I will reset this to be a static grid before I start carving on it. Close that. Luckily, it seems this is quick enough to grind down. And even more luckily, I should be able to get this to all fit into the pit, so I don't have to manually do the rest of the shit. At some point I need to expand my pit out though. And repair the, or not repair, but prevent the same issue with the fucking pistons grinding themselves. That was a very annoying oversight on my part. I really hope that Space Engineers 2 is going to, like, actually have some decent content and a full release, you know, rather than sort of being like how this game was, where it was pretty much put in, like a pre-launch sort of state and then left there almost permanently, it felt like. So yeah, I don't know, it feels like this whole game, like throughout its entire life cycle, was just nothing but it's like all beta, basically, is what it felt like. It was just in permanent development. Let's turn that off. And info convert to a ship. And enter the ship. And I should be able to just barely slot this thing in there. Why? What am I getting called on? Did I forget a block? I probably did. What here is not connected? Are you not connected? You're definitely connected. There is some block somewhere that became disconnected whilst it was a static grid. God, it's so annoying. Okay. You just fly up. There it is. Okay. Yeah, you got to fucking go the hell out of here. Okay. And I'm gonna need light here so I can know where the cockpit is, so I don't have to keep fucking doing that bullshit of trial and error on where the seat is. Yep. Into the pit we go. Yep, too far, too far. That'll do. Coming in. We're good. 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 Right there should be fine. Bring it back as to avoid that one section with the dead uh, grinder. Down. Oh yeah, I got plenty of room. Something floating. I need to grab. There will do for right now. Where is? Oh, there it is. What do we got here? Scrap. Okay. And those can go. That can go. The rest of this should be well within the pit. Yeah, okay. Come over here. Station. And it's gonna be outside. That's probably gonna be outside of the pit. And now, come up, over, and go this way. Turn off the O2 gens. Turn off my cannons. And 3 and 4. And it's all docked up. Turn that off. And I should be able to do activate grinder pit. Send signal. There we go. Yeah, that should be well outside of the range of the grinders. So I shouldn't grind up Endership. Hopefully. Shit. Yeah, this is gonna suck. I really need to fix that. Because it really ruins the whole effect having to stop the grinder to go and fix a block that it gets caught on. So I didn't get caught. It was just slow grinding for a second. Now it's called. Fuck. That's gonna be an issue. It's not grinding that plate. Never mind. Here it goes. It's getting it. Yeah, the conveyor. Yeah, this is way more frustrating than what I really want it to be. Come here, Maggie. You can do this bullshit. Stop drifting. Back plate down. Don't crash into that ship. Down here. Snag it. Go to ship. And Maggie. I want you to bring it back some. And go down. There goes a ton of parts. Okay, well, fuck. That'll be good enough. Didn't accidentally grind anything, did I? Look like it. Okay, cool. You go do that. Meanwhile, I'll be on cleanup detail. Please stop soon so I can go and grab that. There we go.
Inventory full.
Okay, so next order of business for when I hop on here again will definitely be to fix this bullshit fucking design. It works so well, but has so many little fucking flaws that I need to fix because of the oversight. which is entirely my fault. And as Loki's flew up, I need to try to track those down. If I can stop burping, holy shit. That. Are there any other little blocks flying around? Something right here. Scrap metal. Other little blocks. Okay. And nothing down here. Okay. So, what I'm thinking is I will probably make a blueprint of a bunch of these grinders in the same dimensions as this plate currently, right? Grind this plate off. Grind off these pistons, or well, I guess just this piston. Fill in that space with more walls. Repair these walls. Print off the blueprint of the grinder plate. Print it on my printer over here, because I think this is, yeah, this is wider than the grinder, so I should have no problem printing a wall of grinders. And then print those off. Use Maggie to snag that, bring it over here, and if I can weld a new grinder plate onto the new pistons. Put this connector kind of rope on the bottom, and add another wall, and then add a top cover, and then I can hopefully be able to grind away the grids that are converted to a ship rather than just having to do static grids. And that should fix any and all of the current issues. Hopefully not introducing any new issues. What the fuck happened here? That block's just a little bit off. Something bumped it and deformed it a bit. But yeah, I'll need to do some design iteration on this side. If I can fix all of my mistakes. Anything else that I need to do? Not really. So, over here. Charge everything up. Sit down right here. Save. Exit the menu, save changes. And I want to go and do the cosmetics real quick. And after that, I'll stop recording. Cycle the duplicates. Okay. is everything. So I now have 10 tokens to work with, which means I can craft twice. That's a duplicate. And I believe that's also a duplicate. Yep. Rid of that. I guess the boots are not duplicates. Interesting. So I didn't have that. Unfortunately, I don't want the rainbow boots. Yeah, I guess I didn't have them already, but yes, now I do. So I got the helmet, the suit, the gloves, and now the boots. And I think all the tools from that set. Yeah. So I have the full set. Too bad I don't ever plan to use it. Set that I do want though is the skeleton suit and the zombie set. Currently the only zombie thing I have is the drill. But I would like to have the full set of the zombie stuff. And interestingly, I have a wood rifle. But I've never seen any of the other wood stuff. I do have the wooden rifle. But yeah. Went through, recycled all my cosmetics. Oh. That was a neat little creation right there. I don't normally watch the background animations in the main menu. Any other cool creations? Some little repair ships, I guess. Interesting. Anyway, I'm gonna close the game and go ahead and end recording here.